So, no, Dan, I'm actually not going to bring my quarters because I don't need them. This is how I always, open up my presentations on this. It was early 80s that my brother and I would, if we were very good kids, we would be brought on Veterans Memorial Boulevard in Metairie, Louisiana, to the Fun Arcade. And Mom and Dad would give us a handful of quarters, and we would wait in line, always for Pac-Man, right? And you put your quarter on the game to kind of let everybody know you were next up, right? That was like the unspoken rule. Yeah. And hopefully you didn't have somebody in front of you that already had like a pocket full of quarters. And there was always that guy walking around with the quarter holster, right? Would give you the quarters and you walk up with $1. I realize all the people on the set right here have no idea what I'm talking about. They're all so young. Anyway, this is over 40 years old, right? All three of these guys. And you are seeing the exact same artwork. You're seeing the exact same game. You're getting the exact same excitement of watching Pac-Man or Ms. Pac-Man, or we also have Galaga, as your heart pumps and blood races and you're trying to get up to the little, wait, let me get it, so I can get my ghosts and try to get that high score. Well, let me pick up the cherries while I'm at it because that's an extra 100, but don't risk my luck because they're going to turn back to their color. Anyway, you remember this, right? But what I didn't have at the arcade was a tabletop version. As much as I would have loved to have brought this home, which I can now. Oh, wow. I was actually prepared to die. Okay, you know what? I'm going to have to go ahead and take one for the team so I can tell you what you got. What you have is a clearance sale price. Look at the value on this. And if you've shopped with us in years past, you're not used to seeing a price tag like this, even on the tabletop version, which actually came about by customer request, because we had the big arcade size version and a lot of people were going, I can't lug that around. I don't have the space in my home. Okay, now that we're practically giving it away, let's talk about choices. We have the classic Pac-Man. And I'm going to turn this to the side a little bit just to show you. Again, that artwork is the same as the OG from over 40 years ago. And that will come with 5 games, not just Pac-Man itself. Keith will tell us about those in a second. In the middle, Galaga. I didn't play a whole ton of Galaga, but I know a lot of people were very, very married to this game. Okay, my director's like, yeah, Galaga, okay. So there's Galaga, and then on the end, I did defect when Ms. Pac-Man came about, and I became a Ms. Pac-Man gal. Actually, I wrote it down. Ms. Pac-Man has taken in over $1.2 billion, with a B, billion dollars in quarters since she first came around. E234797 is your item number. Keith Epps joins us right now, as he does at whatever price point we happen to be bringing this at. This one's the lowest one ever. But Keith, I always love me traveling back in time for some good old-fashioned nostalgia every time you show up with the Arcade1Up. How are you?
Well, you know what, Jen? I loved your intro because I was there with you, right?
Yeah.
We had our favorite spot, and we knew exactly what that guy was. He had that whole quarter. So you give him $1, and you go click, 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 and give him 4 quarters. And so I definitely remember that with you. But this is so cool. It comes from Tastemakers. And what Tastemaker wanted to do is they wanted to bring that arcade experience to your home. And we wanted to do it exact. We wanted to make the games the exact games that you remember playing. So you're playing Pac-Man right there. The exact same levels, the exact same sounds.
You hear the audio?
Exact same everything. Isn't that so cool? But the one thing we didn't skimp on is the quality of the actual cabinet, the quality of the actual controls. So while we made it smaller and we have an 8-inch LCD screen, so the graphics are unbelievable, we didn't take away from the controls. The controls are the life-size controls that you remember playing in the arcade. So you're going to get that same game experience, but you've got it in an 11-inch tall and about 8.5 pound little unit. So you can take this anywhere. 8.5 pounds. So put it in the back of the car. Take it to that party that you're going to this summer. My buddy Matt Thomas, he's got a tree house, and he has we kind of hang out up in the tree house, left the soul, and he's got one of these on the bar in the tree house.
Nice.
And so it's just so much fun because you can literally take it anywhere with you. You can put it anywhere. It's great for offices, people going back to work, right? And so have this in your office so you can do something. But there you go. You heard that sound that we all hated, so that meant you had to put another quarter.
All right, let's roll this video as I try to wrap up this one screen without dying again, all right? It weighs less than 9 pounds. That's what I love, right? So you can't take that oversized arcade level one up to that treehouse. But everything about it is like as the original design, except for the coinless part.
That's for sure. And the coolest thing about this is you take it out of the box, you plug it in, and you're playing in literally 5 minutes, because there's no assembly to this. So it's not something, if you're getting this as a gift, that you have to put together. And here's all the games, because this is really, really important. The Pac-Man not only comes with Pac-Man, but it comes with Dig Dug, which is another one of the top all-time great arcade games. Mappy, another one. Pac-and-Pal, which was one of the next generations of Pac-Man. So you're going to get to play something completely different. And Tower of Draga. The Miss Pac-Man comes with Miss Pac-Man, Super Pac-Man, King and Balloon, Galaxian, and Ringers. And then on Galaga comes with Galaga 88, Galaga, Galaxian, Galapius, and Xevious. And so you're going to be able to play all 5 of those games in each one of these different cabinets. So you're not getting 1 game, you're getting 5 games, and it's just exceptional. You're going to have so much fun with this, and the family's going to remember where they were, who they were with, and the great times they had.
Keith, you don't know this, but recently I was in Florida visiting my daughter when she graduated, and I stayed in an Airbnb, and they had one of these, like the larger version, in one of the rooms in the Airbnb. I couldn't get people to actually come to the party part of the house, like away from the game. All of the teenagers, the folks my age, my parents' age, were all playing this game because we all know it. We all love it. It is kind of addictive. I brought mine back up to the home screen where you can see all the games that are right there. 1 player or 2, and if you don't want to hear all those sound effects, there's a volume button. All right, so you can turn that down. But where originally we had this at $157, we're now giving it away. $89 and change, right? An $18 easy pay, and then you have it forever. So let us know, Pac-Man, Galaga, or Ms. Pac-Man. Maybe it's a gateway to go back in time, or for a new generation trying it for the first time. It never goes out of style. Keith, thank you so much.
For sure.
For bringing me back to the early 80s. Spent a lot of money. Wish I could have those quarters back.